Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Force here with some more StarCraft 2 commentary. Today we will be looking at a series between MC and Bomber. This is going to be a Terran versus Protoss, a Bomber versus MC, starting off here in the map Metropolis. And as always, we will begin this series with some recent tournament information for both these players. Starting up here in the 12 o'clock spawn position, we have got our red Terran player, ST Bomber. Bomber took first place at MLG Rally 2011, also took third place at the DreamHack Summer event in 2011 as well. His opponent over here in the 9 o'clock spawn position, our blue Protoss player, is SKMC. Mr. MC, obviously very, very well-known Protoss player. Both these players very well-known. I don't know why I just made mention of MC, but it doesn't matter. All right, MC took fourth place at the 2012 MLG Spring Arena event number 2. Also took first place at the IEM Season 6 World Championship, and both of those events were here in 2012. So MC having some fairly recent significant tournament placings, whereas most of the recent events for Bomber, his high placings were actually last year. So we'll be interested to see how this game plays out. And this is actually from a recent tournament, Red Bull LAN, I believe it is, to be precise. Don't shoot me if I get the exact naming of that wrong, I apologize. But yes, this is from a recent tournament event, so I'm really, really excited to get this match underway. MC now building his gateway, moving out with the probe scout. Will be making it into a Bomber's base nice and early as he immediately goes up to that 12 o'clock position, and as such right away gets into Bomber's base. So he's going to be able to do a bit of harass here, and actually quite a bit of damage going off on that SCV is going to force him off of building. Luckily though, Bomber pulled down with another SCV to continue building that racks immediately, so that didn't delay the construction of that barracks too much. MC tried to move back in to get the kill on the SCV, was unable to do so though, as a Bomber assisted with another SCV, and this is going to force MC out of the base for at least a short while. Now with that first Marine coming out, should be likely moving that probe somewhere else to try to hide it for future secondary scouting. Back in his main base, Cybernex Corps is building, second assimilator also building at the moment. Bomber places down the expansion for MC to see actually. So didn't even bother trying to hide that up in his main or anything, just placed it down directly in front of MC's probe. So now of course MC knows that Bomber's coming out with an expansion. The question then is, what is MC going to do? Is he going to try to counterattack, move out with some early aggression, or is he just going to expand early on himself? Now we do have a Zealot coming on through immediately after that. We should be seeing a Stalker here from MC, hopefully at the very least, because otherwise Bomber will just be able to continuously scout MC's main base. He is going to need, of course, that ranged unit follow-up, and there it is, Stalker coming up right after the Zealot. Zealot's actually looking for the SCV right now, and as we can see, that is pushing away across the map over here. And where is he going first? Okay, so he's checking that expansion position. I believe he is going to be looking for some proxy buildings, maybe even, of course, a proxy pylon for some aggression. That's what he's actually going to be checking for right now with that SCV. So good scouting here from Bomber. Probe trying to move in for a secondary scout and gets taken out as Bomber pulls back with his 3 Marines, waits for the probe to get in range, and then moves up with that death shot to the face. We've got 3 more barracks coming into play. It's going to put Bomber at a total of 4. Still no refinery, so just will be sitting Marine heavy early on. Is of course going to need some bunkers as a result to be able to defend himself. First Stalker moving out here for MC, and again, he's not going to be able to do much now that this bunker is coming up, so MC won't be able to push and get any more scouting done, let alone any damage to any of those Marines. Marines in that bunker do have that extra range, which allows them to shoot the Stalker. Otherwise, the Stalker does have the range advantage outside of bunkers. Marines pulling up nice and close. MC not quite paying attention, almost loses the Stalker. He definitely should not have taken that much of a hit to the Stalker. Very, very nice micro there from Bomber, allowing him to do some pretty significant damage. MC is going to be continuously forced back here. Marines just chilling out now at the tower. That was unfortunate there for MC. Again, definitely did not have to take that much damage to that Stalker. A few more Marines moving out across the map. Bomber is actually having all of his racks now rallied there to one of these Marines. Why would he? Oh, okay, just rallied to this, rallied to the tower. I thought it was rallied to the injured Marine. And we've got 2 orbital commands now in place. Those are going to be churning out the mules there. Lots and lots of income gathering early on here for Bomber. Also now coming out with the Double refineries inside of the main. MC now just getting up his expansion. We do have a hefty push coming out, which MC is aware of, mind you, with that Stalker. Again, now that they're not in the bunker, Stalker can take advantage of that extra range. We do have a few sentries, so expect to see some force fields, and there it is, force fields allowing the Zealots to get within range. Another Zealot now getting warped in as well. Still a little bit of energy left on these sentries, so we're going to be seeing a few more force fields, and there we go. Very nice defense here so far for MC, and with some beautiful force field action, allowing the Zealots to get within range of those Marines. It's going to force those Marines all the way back. Stalkers will continue to pursue as they can get some free kills here. Remember, speed advantage and a ranged advantage, so all it takes is some micro up until those Marines have stim pack. They're going to have a very hard time in the center of the field, and MC totally exploiting that fact, doing significant damage to Bomber's numbers right now. Take a look at the production tab as well. We've got a Dark Shrine and a War Prism building, so we are going to see some DT drop harass inside of the main. MC already has that robotics facility rallied straight outside of the main base of Bomber, and that is going to be a problem. Bomber again took some really hefty losses on the way home there. Look at how far behind he is already. Quite unfortunate indeed. Still just going massively with the bio here, coming out with Stimpack research right now. Also building that factory, which will eventually allow him to work up into the starport for the reactor double medevac. But the problem is, here's the problem. 2 DT dropping into the main right now. MC sets up the Warp Prism, warping in another Dark Templar as well. This is gonna hurt. Scan takes out that Dark Templar. We've got a Dark Templar up here delaying the factory. Now that is actually really big there. The biggest issue is that without that factory, we're going to see no medevacs for quite a long while from Bomber, and not getting medevacs is going to be problematic for him. He's just going to be sticking with this massively marine-heavy army. DT continuing to do damage. 11 kills for that Dark Templar, 10 for that one. Let's take a look at how many of those were workers. 24 worker kills so far this game. Unbelievable. And the thing is that the Dark Templar fan out, they're going to be forcing scans or forcing the creation of more of these missile turrets. We've got some pretty good placement so far. There's a scan, lifts him up, saves those two, and then pulls this one into the corner. MC doing a tremendous job here. Look at how far behind a Bomber is right now. He is in a very tough situation. Dark Templar walks into vision range of that missile turret, which allows Bomber to take him out, but man, oh man, did that hurt. And all the while, MC back at home, Double Forge coming out, Blink Research also coming through. A few more gateways, those two need to get turned into warp gates still. But MC taking advantage of all the damage that he's done to mac her up. We're going to be seeing 1-1 upgrades shortly, plus we do have this third coming out. Bomber is attempting a counterattack right now. Issue being is that he does not have any medevacs for this, so this could be really bad. Without that healing power, after a couple stims, that bio really hurting. And especially since we've got a lot of sentries here, those force fields going to go down. There's the stim, taking massive damage. Guardian Shield cutting back on the effectiveness of that bio. And Bomber just lost everything. Bomber just lost his entire force. Those two Dark Templar turning into an Archon. And here comes a counterattack from MC. Oh man, not looking good. MC setting up the War Prism out front. Bomber's in a very tough way right now. He's going to get these two bunkers up, also trying to come up with a third bunker, but this is quite a significant force. A few more Stalkers coming through. He's got the Archon in there just for the lulz. Wow, this has been a great game so far for MC. Stalkers are blinking up to the high ground. There's a force field preventing the units from getting in. Ouch. Tries to engage Archon splash damage, and it'd be very effective here against these clumped up Marines, and Bomber calls the GG. What a game for MC. After defending against the early Marine aggression from Bomber, MC was able to weaken up Bomber's numbers in the center of the map with some Stalker counter-aggression, picking off his Marines as they were walking back home, and then he immediately followed up with a Dark Templar drop into Bomber's main, which did significant economic damage. Great game there for MC. Unfortunately, Bomber was in a really tough position after failing that initial attack and being unprepared for these DT. Again, really rough situation for him. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoy this commentary. Game number 2 coming up in just one moment. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thanks again, guys. Keep watching and keep owning.